Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? It's the Revival Unchained podcast with another one. What's up, y'all? Y'all say what's up to everybody out there?
What's up, everybody?
Hey. It's been a minute. What y'all think about that live podcast we had going on that last time?
Whole 2 weeks.
Man, what that stuff again? It was damn good. Yeah. We had some great responses off of that. We just want to thank everybody that came and that were part of the live audience. It was our first one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was just a blessing. You're right. It was a blessing to have everybody in the house. Great responses, and you all were just so open and honest. What's up with that? All that honesty. What's with it? Indeed. But this is the podcast we're gonna do. We got for you all today. We got a subject that is kind of spin off from what we talked about before. First we talked about scars, right? Episode 1. Then we talked about damaged goods. Now we want to talk about restoration. Yeah, we want to talk to y'all about the process of being restored, and we're going to walk that down, so y'all, you just stay tuned and everything don't go nowhere. Get your coffee, get your donuts. If you're sitting at your desk at work, don't let your boss see you.
We ain't got none of that in here right now.
Yeah, you trying to get the bag. Don't try to get the bag and throw it out the job, you know what I'm saying? Then you'll be damaged goods. But anyway, all right, so we're looking at restoration. We're talking about restoration. And you know what I'm saying? It's somebody I always point to first when we're going to do this. So, hey, Joy, say what up.
I'm never ready. What's up, though?
Yeah. We want to know if you could go ahead and give us a scripture for restoration, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I have Psalms 51:12. Restore unto me. Wow, it disappeared there. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit.
Oh, that's awesome. What do you think about that scripture? What comes to mind when you think about that?
I'm not gonna lie, the 3 words that really stand out to me are restore, joy, and free. I just feel like all those kind of correlate together, because when you're restored, we're thinking about something that was taken from you or lost, maybe, that was given back unto you. And the cool thing about restoration is that sometimes when you get restored, you get more than what you lost.
Ooh. Clap that. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's kind of what stood up to me. I don't know what y'all think about that.
Yeah. Come on, the table is up. What y'all think about that? Getting back more than what you lost?
Because you said, what you said, restoration, joy, and peace.
Free.
Because, whenever you are damaged or whatever, your joy is stolen. Your joy is taken. So you do gain that back. Yeah, I agree with that. That's good.
Yeah, good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with my boy D-Man. What up, D-Man? You know what I'm saying? What comes to mind on restoration, man? You know what I'm saying? Spit that knowledge.
I agree. I think restoration is just bringing a person back to a state of completion. It just really brings you back to the original intent. Just like how God got in store for us, through Jesus. Bringing us to a place before where we had failed, a state of completion, perfection. Where we can just be the best true version of ourselves, what we were designed to be.
I like that best true version of ourselves, because all the time we don't give folk the best true version of ourselves. We give them that version that we're going to pull your brain out your head if you...
You're just being honest. Man,
oh, my bad, wait. Pull your brain out your head.
You got brains.
Hey, you are the perfect day to wear brains.
Yeah, bro. That made me think about something TDJ said one time. He said, man, every day you ain't going to get Jesus. You just not. You might catch you on a bad day. You just not going to get Jesus every day. But, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's how we should be carrying ourselves. But we out here.
That's the human side, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that just bringing us our best true version. I think a lot of us trying to find our way to that. And that's what we're doing. We're going through these daily battles and obstacles, and that's really where we're trying to get to. And I think a lot of people need to realize that the only way we're going to get to there is through Jesus. There is no other way. Jesus
that's the path.
I am the door. And he who does not come through the door is a thief. So if you're not trying to enter in through the way that God already laid down through Jesus Christ, and you're trying to find the other way to perfection, you're not going to get it. You're just not going to get it. You just not. And you a thief according to the way. Hey,
we got thieves in the temple.
Okay, call it what it is.
That's what
Call a spade a spade.
That's what the word says, bro. But we should all be trying to get to the best true version of ourselves, and we can't do that through, trying to pursue anything that's materialistic or worldly or nothing like that. We just not gonna get there that way.
Yeah, I like that. When bro get to talk, man, just be flowing out like water. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Siobhan, you got 2 assignments right now. You got to give us your thoughts on restoration, which you probably can get it afterwards. But first, can we get a definition? You got the definition. Did you find a definition, or did you make something up? You got a definition?
A little bit of both.
Nah.
But no, I got the definition, and it goes along with what everybody just said. Y'all just took my words. Okay, restoration. It often applies receiving more than what was lost, as God can take the remnants of a broken life to create something new and better.
Confirmation.
That's confirmation.
Confirmation.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what comes to mind on the spiritual side. You know what I'm saying? On the spiritual side of things, I'm sitting there thinking about David. Like when let me get it right. Let me get it right for these Bible scholars. They're gonna be to beat me down, y'all. They come. He don't even know the Bible. But yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like when David and them came back to the camp, and all the men and women, the children and the women and their possessions were gone. And then they looked at David just like, bruh, man, what up, man? You our leader, and here it is, man. We come back here, and they got us like that.
We got robbed.
We got robbed. So that, you know what I'm saying? It's like they were saying, like in the Bible, dude, they were so mad at David, they wanted to kill him. The same one that was just like, man, you know what I'm saying? You our new leader, man. We love you, David. You can't do no wrong. And then they was ready to get rid of David. You know what I'm saying? When that happened, you know what I'm saying? And of course, like it goes back to what you were saying on the human side of things. We can go up there, we can read our Bible, we can pray. And some of us, we got acrobatic churches. People be flipping, they be running, you know what I'm saying? Bounce off the wall, I don't swinging on chandelier. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, that's good. However you want to get how you live. But all of us have to face something where we got to deal with our human side. We got to deal with our human side. And so, y'all know how the story goes. So basically, David prayed, hey, Lord, what up? Lord, like, what's up, D? You know what I'm saying? And then, he prayed to him, said, Lord, shall I pursue? Long story short, God made a way where he could pursue, and they got back everything, and nothing was lost. And that's important to get the permission. But I just want to talk about, we're talking human side of things when something is taken. Y'all, when something is taken, what's up? How do you feel? What were your emotions when they took your heart? Come on, Reed, step through. Talk loud and clear so everybody can hear you. Step up to the mic, let's go.
Pain and hurt. Alright, let's talk about that. Alright, cool. So whenever we think about, like, for one, to be restored, something has to have been taken. So
good point.
That whenever you feel like that brings a human side. Anger.
Keep talking the human side. Yeah.
Hurt, like, nothing good. Not joy, not peace, not freedom. Like, you don't feel that. It feels like it consumes you. So then that's when you have to go to the spiritual side, bring God and say, God, look, I'm hurt. And just like they look to that, God, I'm looking at you to bring that restoration back to my life. Because if you don't handle it and I handle it, that ain't gonna work. But yeah, I feel like, pain, hurt, and just being on that side, the human side, is not holy.
Yeah.
It's not, gonna give you, what we as Christians, our daily walk, how we're supposed to look. Like you said, like, you're not gonna get that all the time. But sometimes that's not, the initial reaction to be the spiritual way, and not your first reaction. But then you got to bring yourself, you got to ground yourself and say, okay, hold on, I'm going the wrong way. And then God brings in that restoration, and you get your joy back, you get your freedom back, you get your peace back. So.
Yeah, I like that. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw this out there. Usually I be calling like one of y'all names, and surprise you or whatever, but ain't no surprise. I want to lay it on the table. I want us to talk to, because it's so important that we are real. Okay, it's important that we are real in our responses. How do you handle in that moment that pain or that betrayal or whatever it was? And I know we talked about this before, but we're making our way toward restoration. You gotta deal with the ugly before you can get to the good, you know, in situations like that. So be real. When it hits home, how do you handle that?
Come on, Sister Savannah, with these words.
Come on, Braids! Come on, Braids!
Stop. You know, to be honest, I didn't deal with it in a good way. Like, I remember a time where I used to throw dishes and throw stuff because I couldn't express my anger. I couldn't express my frustration with words. So I would use a close by item just to release, right? Because you have to release it. But it also speaks to immaturity as well, right? Because not knowing how to handle it. But I was angry. I had resentment. I mean, let's be real, because when somebody hurt you like that, or you're not thinking about God or restoration or none of that, you thinking about how I'm gonna get back. Like,
get back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna do that, but it also comes with time. And people can say what they want to, but I believe time is at our greatest healer. It has to be. Because if time keeps moving forward, then we realize we have to move forward. I can't stay in the same place. I can't stay, because my feelings are going to change eventually. Like y'all was talking about earlier, just for relationships, you have to learn how to let go.
Wow.
Of the pain. And pain is not easy to let go of.
No, it's not.
Not when it's deeply embedded. You know what I'm saying? Not when it's like deep and you can't get to that place. So yeah, you need to get into alignment with God, but how do you get to that point?
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of this, right? How do you get to back in alignment with God? It's first understanding you have to deal with it, be present, but don't let it destroy you. Be like, hey, look, I understand. Talk it out. I had to talk it out the other day. Like, I had to talk out how I felt. This is wrong. I felt heartbreak. I felt grief. But I know God is going to restore me, but I have to let it go. I have to expound it. I have to say it out of my mouth. Because people can look at you and be like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm praying for you. What you praying for me for? You don't even know what's going on. Let me talk about it. You get what I'm saying? And it's good to have somebody that you can talk to. It's also good that you can talk to somebody that has understanding and has advice that can help you push you forward. So that's my opinion on that.
That's amazing.
How you said that about time though, like I think also experience. So like, because your first time, you know, you probably not gonna do it the right way.
Right.
Then with experience, you know, we all learn from experience.
Absolutely.
And so that's all I wanted to just add on to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's real, bro. That's real. I like that. That was some great words of wisdom. And you said something that really makes sense, bro. For a person to get restored, like, you know, God used the same method with us. Like, he pruned us by letting us be hurt, but they hurt, he chopping some stuff out, he weeded some stuff
out. Talk that talk, boy.
I'm just
talk that talk.
I'm just like, that's one method that he used. He used it a great deal, like a lot, where you going through trials and tribulations and hurts, relationships, friendships, man. It's amazing how he loves us that much. He'll be willing to let us hurt. You see what I'm saying? You be like, Lord, where are you?
I'm in the back watching you be hurt.
Yeah, and bro, I think one of the most frustrating things is when you going through hurt, and this God whole process of getting us to restoration that we don't even know. I think one of the most frustrating things is going through the season of being hurt, not knowing that you really been restored, and God is silent. Oh, he is not talking. It's like no prayer getting answered. It's like, are you even hearing what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And you can't just come to him any kind of way. Like, we always got to come to him in the form of humility. You know what I'm saying? Come before the throne boldly, but humbly as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think one of the most frustrating things is when you in the season of being hurt, and us not knowing that, you know, we really in the process of being restored, and God is silent. He not saying nothing. You not getting no type of word from him, from the pastor, like nothing that's dealing with your specific situation. You know, the pastor giving a sermon, but a lot of times, let's just be real, a lot of us coming here with all type of stuff, and the Holy Spirit, God could be using Bishop to hit every coming down, every one of our streets, whatever we dealing with. And it's funny how, you know, God he hitting every point, but imagine when you come and you know you looking for a specific word, and you don't get it. And you don't get it. You're like, bro, what's going on? So I think one of the most frustrating place a person can be in, especially a believer, is when you're going through a season of being hurt and God is silent. At this point, like, what do we do? And Bishop said something one time, a lot of times God will be silent just to see how much you're going to chase him. Like, he'll kind of hide himself to see how much you're going to seek him and stuff like that. And it come on our end to where, he never leave us. He never will. He never forsake us. But a lot of times we be forsaking God.
That's
right. You have to be honest.
That's true. That's a bar.
We get hurt. You feel like going into that prayer cloud. You don't feel like going to prayer. You feel like getting in the word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And how does it make him feel when we don't do that? We supposed to be in a relationship. Just like what we talking about, relationship and being restored. How can we be restored if we not, if we shutting down on the person? You know what I'm saying? Just like how you was like you didn't know how to just. Sometimes we gotta be able to talk to a person, especially to the one that probably gave us the hurt. So we not willing to go to them and be like, hey, look, just like what she was saying, look, this how I'm feeling, this what I'm going through and stuff like that, and actually, actually get them a platform to just express themselves to them. We not gonna be restored. Like we just not. Like we just not. But I think the main thing is that in order to be restored, some stuff got to be broke. We got to be hurt. And that's the only way. Even the doctor, for them to heal you, they break the bone. They just the same thing. Like, they use the same method, and it's all God's method. The way that He uses trials and tribulations in order to prune us, cut some stuff out of us, but also get us to a place of restoration or perfection, or completion.
I'll tell you just like that. I'm tripping because they said like, okay, when I was real little, y'all, and if y'all laugh, I'm gonna take these mics and throw them at y'all. Boy, you know what else? You better duck when you laugh. But when I was little, I was bow-legged. Like, I was real bow-legged, and they had like little bills on my shoes and stuff. That's how I used to walk like a duck. But anyway, they said that now from what I heard, and Ma, you can correct me later if I'm wrong, but I heard that they said that the doctor had to break my legs and reset them. So going back to what you were talking about, sometimes we have to literally be broken before we can be restored. Because the thing that I found out, it's like what God dealt with me when I was working at Nissan. Y'all used to work at Nissan. I was one of them tough guys. No, I wasn't no tough guy. But anyway, but I was working at Nissan, and so it's like when we're working at Nissan, when those cars come through at the end, it got to go through quality. And then, quality gonna look for defects or things like that. And then, like, if some get past quality, let's say that the car get out there and you get enough of the cars that's malfunctioning, then you gotta have a recall. Well, you gotta call for the cars to come back. You gotta go in there, find the defect, and take it out. So you somewhat breaking it back down. And a lot of times before we make it our restoration, we be mad at God because He be breaking us back down, trying to get something out of us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you said you got to go back in there and get the defect.
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I got so much out of it, man.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, think about this, though. You be thinking you over something. You done been through something, right? No, I'll be honest. You done been through something. And then, so we call them trauma triggers when we face something else that make that rise back up. But there again, God be sitting quiet like, I want you to see what's in you. I want you to see what I need to deal with. So you can be honest about it. And honesty, how you going to be restored without honesty? How you going to be restored? Because you can sit up all day and talk about what everybody else did. But if you don't talk about what you did, your restoration going to be hindered. I'm sorry.
Man.
I mean, let's talk about it. How do you feel about having to be honest, Joy? You remember that time? Yeah, talk about that. Talk about having to be honest about your part. You on the clock. You on the clock. Look at that. You on the clock. Ding.
I don't know. I feel like y'all asking the wrong one. But I don't know. It does kind of go back to that level of honesty because I'm sorry, lies don't get nobody nowhere. Like if you ever like talk to someone who's like, oh, like how does dress look on me? You lie, like you know that dress don't look good on them.
Right.
But when it comes to honesty, I think it always kind of start with being honest with yourself because if you lie to yourself, you really can't get nowhere. Like people can be telling you all types of stuff, like you hurt, you need help, all this stuff, but if it's not unlocked up here, that you're not good and it's not gonna get nowhere. And so I think sometimes I be feeling nervous to be honest with God, and it's weird because He know everything. Like, what can't you be honest with God about? But sometimes it's like kind of try to watch how I come to God with my heart posture, because sometimes you hold on to stuff and be so upset, so hurt that you know what I'm saying. You might bring that attitude to God, and God didn't do it.
Right.
And so.
Yeah, and I was hitting my lip. Now y'all be quiet, but I was hitting my lip because it's like it come down to confession. Confession is so good. You know, we don't understand the power of confession. The power of. I remember the time I told the Lord, I said, Lord, hey, look, check this out. I can't help myself. I can't handle this by myself. And He helped me. He can deal with that. But I'm sorry, like, you know, and we probably got some church folk maybe want to throw some rocks, but I'm saying though, like, I saw in a lot of circles to where it was a thing of where people are not honest about, you know, some of your dealings, what you're going through and things like that, and not telling you to rat your business out there. But if you're not going to be honest about, at least to God, about what's up with you, you know what I'm saying? How in the world can you be restored and you hiding what needs to be taken out?
Especially from the one they can see what needs to be taken out.
Come on.
Yeah. So it's your confession. It's just like He know everything, but you know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna confess that and be like, Lord, look, I know you know this already. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know,
it comes to the fact, is it like an avoidance thing or like a pride thing? Because like
both. Say that spit game.
Because we can do something, or we can have our hurt and our anger and stuff within us, but none of us want to really say it for real. Like, you know, I'm not gonna come here and tell y'all like I really did that last night, and I really did. No, really? I'm gonna be quiet about it because I don't. You know, that's pride. That's like, because you're gonna feel, you know, like how you say we gotta come into humiliation. You know, come to Him with the humility on your heart. And so you don't want to sit in that and like, you know.
She pointing at you. You don't want to sit in there. Out of everybody on the podcast, Joe don't want to sit in there.
Call it out.
No. You know, I'm just playing. But no, for real, like, it just have to have that, you know, that on your heart and take it off of your heart.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, take it off. Like, ask Him to renew your heart, because you gotta let that go in order for you to do that. In order for your restoration to start, you have to be honest with Him.
But can I be honest though?
Sometimes
I don't be wanting to be restored though. I just want to sit where I'm at.
Okay.
Real talk. Like sometimes you just want to be mad. Let me see about you.
Yeah.
And when I get over, then
when it's my time.
I agree with that, bro. Well, I know at least almost everybody in here and that's not in here could agree to exactly what she just said. Like, sometimes we don't want to be restored.
Yeah.
We don't want to be restored.
Yeah.
We don't. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
We don't. At least until we get done, just going through the pouting stage.
Yeah. It's outy pouty, all that pouty. We should straight up like okay. So we confess this stuff. For me, I stole them donuts the other week. No, for real though. It's like I created a vibe for that mode and that mood. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I ain't want deliverance. I wanted to sit there and be mad, be upset, be hurt. As a matter of fact, if I woke up during the night and I'd be like, what was that again? And I think about it, and I'm going to go back into the mode. I'm going to play my favorite music that caters to that on repeat. And I'm sorry, I ain't even talking about love music. There's some gospel music out there that caters to a certain type of vibe that you're in. And it's like I was playing the same song. I played the same 3 to 4 songs for like over a months or whatever. Boom, 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 every day. And I was sitting up there and I was depressed. And if you try to get me out of my mode, me and you finna have a problem.
Right. Ooh.
So
that's real.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't the only one sitting up here confessing. Y'all better own y'all mouth. People listening to us.
Nah, for real though, because like, ain't gonna lie.
No, don't try to let it out.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna hit my little confession, but I think a lot of us can say we agree. But like after a heartbreak, man, that like I don't be wanting to come up out of that, because that's gonna be the time I'm finna focus on my grind. My self-care going up. I'm using that anger that I got with that person, or you know, whatever it is that happened. I'm using that anger to fuel me getting back up on top.
Come on.
So I don't want that to go away, because that's how I'm getting to where I'm going.
I feel you.
So you know.
But hey, before you bow out on that, I need to ask a question. I'm sorry, you ain't finna just dance up out of there. No, is that more about them, or is that more about you?
More about me. Well, no.
Wait a minute. Tell true shame devil.
Both.
You on the clock? You on the clock?
More of the other though. Come on, be real.
Yes, more.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how to answer that question.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
More about them.
Right. Cause it's a and you trying to be restored, y'all. We still on restored.
It's almost
Go tell it. Say it.
It's almost a like in spite thing. But like whenever in a relationship, and you know, sometimes you don't do the things you used to do. You know, you just don't keep, like, if it's keeping yourself up, you know, whether it's getting to the money, like, you know, you be focused on them, like they become like the forefront of your, you know,
that's a
your
good
thoughts.
point.
And then so taking that, whenever y'all are over, or especially if it was the other person's fault, like you take that.
She had to throw that out there.
She had to throw a disclaimer in there.
You take that anger and you build yourself back up off of it. So now it's almost like, well, you didn't take care of me properly. You didn't treat me as if I was fragile. So let me show you what it looked like. Let me walk in here like this every day, and while you watching, because I know you see me and I know you gonna miss me. And but you know, it just
that's a new restoration.
But if you, I ain't gonna lie, I have been fueled, you know, to get back up on top from a heartbreak.
I think I feel bitter
It's
to them
even more
before too.
reason to just.
I think I feel bitter to them more too. But I think you made an owl on them, because like I was just gonna look at it, bro.
Exactly.
And I'm just gonna be. I didn't have a righteous. It wasn't a righteous reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person. I'm gonna lay my flaws out there. I'm not gonna be how some of these other people be that make. But I don't have the perfect walk with God. I would love the perfect walk, and I'm trying to get to that point, but I don't have the perfect walk, man. It's a lot of things that I did in my walk with God that was unrighteous. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna admit it. I'm just gonna admit it.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
say what a lot of people not gonna say.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be real. Just like how everybody in here just being real. I didn't feel a victim to that before. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I done it before, man. There was around the time I was still of the world and in it and of it. You know, and I was dealing with a female and I feel like she did me wrong. Man, look, I made sure my first picture was exactly so she can see it. You see, I made sure.
Just got your hair cut and everything.
Money, you know what I'm saying? That was just perfect. And now that I'm looking back, that really was the wrong reason.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Like, was you posting because like you were just, you know, proud of yourself, like, or you know, your company, or was it because now I just want the other person to see, like, baby, you missed out on the ticket. You know what I'm saying? That really what it was.
The ticket, they're golden.
Yeah, it was in spite. It was in spite.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was an unrighteous reason. You know what I'm saying? That was a very unrighteous reason.
So I have another question, and I'm gonna get Siobhan to answer it. So, all right. So on me. If a person is doing that, if you are quote unquote getting them back with certain movements or whatever, is that a hindrance from God doing what He needs to do concerning your restoration? Because we are talking restoration, so does this hinder God being able to heal and restore and bring me back to who I was and make a new version of me? Talk about it, please. You on the clock.
Oh Lord. Okay. Yes, it does.
Why?
Because I mean, since we all confessing, good Lord, I don't know why we going here. Okay, so since we all confessing, when I got divorced, and we were let me not lie. I'm not lying. When we were separated and we moved on to different people, he made a post, or this girl was like, well, this is my new last name. I was like, what? So I made a trap post. I made a trap post, and it was, and I was like, oh really? So I'm the original. You the one that's the bag up.
Oh.
Okay. So I was like, but I was so hurt behind that because God couldn't do what he needs to do, which is heal, restore my identity that was lost in that relationship or that marriage that was stolen. And I was like, God, you stay over there. I'm gonna fix this right here about me. And then I couldn't fix nothing. I was the one broken, destroyed, couldn't look in the mirror, couldn't see good about myself or none of that because God was trying to restore me, but I put God on the back burner and was like, I'm gonna fix what's broken in me.
Oh my God.
And then what I tried to fix only became a deeper wound or a deeper separation between me and God. And it took me more than the allowed amount of time. When I say, you know, somewhere in the scripture, I don't know where it says you're delayed but not denied, but your delay can be further and you can end up denying yourself, denying your restoration, or denying what God wanted to restore in you because you felt like I took things on my own and said I got this. I picked up my own cross and I couldn't even walk 2 feet.
Oh my
God.
You know what I'm saying? We know the word that says take up your cross and follow me, but you have a leader, but when you try to follow your own self, then you gonna fall. You ain't gonna go nowhere.
Say that one more time.
When you try to pick up your cross and it says follow me, but when you pick up your cross, you can't go anywhere because you're following yourself.
I think a lot of
how the blind gonna lead the blind?
Oh my goodness.
So I was blind trying to lead myself out of just hurt, pain, unforgiveness, all of these different things. And it took me longer to learn what I needed to learn.
Oh
so
it's real, man. It's deep.
All right, so
It's real.
So in 30 seconds or less, I want to go to each of you, and before we close out, somebody got a poem they're gonna read. We'll close with that. But as we're closing out, I want each of you to take 30 seconds or less. We're gonna start with Joy because she always wants to go first.
Okay.
Right. In 30 seconds or less, encourage somebody who may be in the midst of not in their restored season, but trying to make their way there. How can you encourage them to move toward restoration?
I say it starts with letting go, because that's just like, you know, you get stabbed but you holding on to the knife and you still damaging yourself, but you know you gotta like literally pull it out and get some help. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I would say kind of start with letting it go. Start with opening yourself up to somebody, finding somebody to talk to, because if you just hold on to that, like me, I internalize stuff. Like, it's not gonna go nowhere past here, like if I don't want it to. So it's like, get some help. Just ask somebody. Be honest with yourself, honestly, and be honest with God.
Awesome. All right, Ree, let's get it.
I would say to just allow yourself to come out of it, and think of like you don't have to be there. You don't have to stay there. This is not how your life is supposed to be. Because sometimes we feel like we can't get out of the situation we are in, or if we get out of them, it's gonna be harder, or it's gonna be, you know, like, I don't know, it's gonna be more difficult for you. It may be coming out of it, but it won't be in the end. Because you have to do the work in order to live the life that you want to. Like, we don't ever get to live our dream life or whatever without putting in the work get to where we want to be. It's going to take work to get there.
Talk
and
that talk.
Okay.
Spit game. Talk that talk.
Okay. And I just want you to know, like, you don't have to be there.
Awesome. DeMarcus, come on, guy.
Yo.
Representing the fellas. These women killing us in here, dog. All this knowledge.
I say, you just ask yourself, do you want to be healed? And if you do want to be healed, you got to get to a place where you got to decrease yourself so that God can increase. That's one thing I be asking in my prayer. I be like, Lord, you know, let me decrease myself. That's coming to a place of humility so that you may increase in me. So I think we got to decrease ourselves, whether it be pride or the hurt, whatever it is. Just, you know, just let yourself come to a place of lowliness, you know what I'm saying, so that God can really increase in you. And after that, once we get to that place, then we can get to the place of just really just accepting reality and just being willing to just spend more time with God and stuff like that. But we got to decrease ourselves so that He can put in the the transformative work that's needed.
I love that. So Siobhan, you closing us out? You
No.
So I would say you just have to give yourself grace. Just be kind to yourself.
Ooh, that's important.
Just know that, God loves you and He has a plan for your life. And if you trust Him, He won't lead you and He won't fail you. That's it.
What you got to say?
I know, right?
Wait.
Y'all gotta hold the camera on me like I'm important. Let me make sure my head right. All right, so what was the question again? I'm just playing, y'all. Sorry. Always try to lead with honesty, meaning not just being honest about anything that happened to you that was maybe of somebody else's fault, but try to be honest as possible with what you did to also to contribute to that. Then in some cases, some people are innocent. Let me say that. I love the thing about being nice or kind to yourself. And these days in my life, growing up, in church and everything, I received a lot of spiritual wisdom, a lot of spiritual prayer. But on this side of my life, I also know that it is good to go talk to a professional. Go see somebody who has a job to help, through whatever it is, and do a whole lot of praying. And listen, I know a lot of times all of us have made ourselves look real good so that we can make somebody miss us who may have. And we've all done it at this table. I promise you we have. But let's love the person who did us wrong. You ain't got to be in their face. You ain't got to go eat with them. You know what I'm saying? But let's show them love. It helps speed up the process of what God is doing. We show love and kindness. Showing love, but I got a boundary. And you ain't coming in there no more. But I'm going to show you love. And God going to grace you. All right, y'all, we getting ready to end it. But before we end it, somebody's got a poem. Come on, y'all let me do it myself. Somebody's got a poem. Somebody's got a poem. While we clapping, you could be getting it wrong. Somebody's got a poem.
Unless you want to walk out the set.
You know what I'm saying? You don't walk out the set like, you remember Dream Girls?
She said she might not come back.
Look, y'all remember Dream Girls? When they were singing up that shit, and then she just walked off the set when they were singing Heavy. Ree just walked off the set.
Man.
Yeah.
They just walked out the set.
Come on.
She about to close y'all.
Dropping papers and stuff like that.
She about to close y'all with one of these good old poems. Stuff she did. Oh, look, she's okay. Excuse us.
Woo! Y'all ready?
Absolutely.
We ready.
Let me get my tissue ready.
Y'all are funny.
Wait.
Oh, we in there.
Okay.
Look, move the advertising.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
All right. It go like, oh, the many years of good and bad, years of me fighting to love you, years of me fighting for love, years that I could never get back, years of many nights ending in many fights, years of wanting my heart to be heard instead of silence, years of trying to show you the godly way, all the while getting sucked out of it, years of pleading to be admired and adored, years of trying to show you the holy place, all the while getting looser to even where I didn't fit. Years of wanting to just be taken care of mentally and physically. It was more mentally, you see. I started taking care of others at a young age. Everyone depended upon me. Yet I became dependent upon myself. I became independent enough for it to become the very breath that I breathed. So I had that down pat. I didn't complain and I could always maintain. When I met you, we talked about wanting to be one another's fresh start. I held the bargain up on my part. You see, I had it down physically, so I needed you to take care of me mentally. I never mastered this. Growing up, we had physical abuse, all the while being told to shut up, all the while getting told I'll give you something to cry for. You see, crying wasn't free slap my head and then I could cry. You could wrap leather across my body, then I could cry. You could hit me in the mouth, then I could cry. Now do you see? I didn't have it down mentally. Children don't have feelings. Children don't deserve to be heard. Children need to stay in a child's place. Children don't get a choice. So the years of being silenced, I searched high and low, but I couldn't find it. It was far away from me, so far that I could no longer see. See our future, see our life together, see our child that went home. I thought I had found it in you, but how could I expect that when you were messed up too? Didn't know it then, but I know now. Didn't know how bad, but I know now. I don't fault you because I know now. I know that it was never in you. I know that you never possessed it. I know that I had been seeking something that was never invested in me from a loved one. And I took it out on you. What is it? My safe place. Where I am taken care of mentally. Where I can look for my feelings to be heard and cared for. Where I could say all the things on my heart and not be torn. I was looking for the rock in the storm that I needed as a little girl. We'll get back to the good times in another world.
We got lyricists, man.
Alright, y'all. This was another successful podcast of the
Unchained.
what is it called again?
Revival.